Ay, you're so clean now. You're so clean now.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the couch. My name is Melissa and this is Couch Mom Club. Today we're going to talk about how breastfeeding can be a bit of a shitty experience. Let's get right into the video. So really, no matter how you feed your baby, whether it's breastfeeding or if it's formula feeding, you're gonna have poopy diapers. Like, that is normal, you're supposed to, and you almost look forward to having poopy diapers. It is just a part of the process, but it is in motherhood or parenting where you become very fascinated about somebody else's poo. Even right from the hospital, you want to make sure that the baby poos on that first day. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk to you about the cycle of poo and what you're going to expect for your baby's first poo and moving forward. Of course, this is not a very exciting topic, but it is an important one. So I do want to give you the information, and you guys can just go ahead and still like this video. Even though we're talking about poo, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and let's get right into it. So the first day that your baby is born, you are expecting that baby to have a bowel movement within the first 24 hours. Now, this poo is going to be very black in color or could be very dark green, and it looks kind of sticky and has a tar-like appearance. So this poo is going to be the first poo that your baby ever poos. Now, this is what you want to look out for, because this is going to just kickstart their healthy bowel movements and their development, their digestive system. It's going to give you clues to the baby's health and development right from the very beginning. A lot of the times the nurses will ask you how many poos or how many wet diapers. You want to keep note of this because they are going to ask you and they are going to want to know. So keep note of this right away. As soon as you change that first diaper, it might look a little scary if this is your first time. It being very black or dark green in color, this is very, very normal. So that is baby's poop number one. Now, I do want to tell you a little bit of differences between a formula fed baby and a breastfed baby, because you are going to notice a few differences with the poo, the consistency, the color, the odor, all of that. We'll get into that, but on the very first day, you're going to expect this from any baby, because that meconium is definitely something that needs to be passed. And whether you continue to breastfeed or you substitute with formula, this is a very important step in your baby's digestive system. So after the meconium is passed, you're going to notice that the baby's poo is going to change. This usually happens after the first 24 hours. Now, the second poo might have a little bit of a black or dark green shade still, but normally you're going to notice the poo is going to change in color from a black or dark green to a lighter green or even yellow. Now, the second poo, that's just as important. This one is really yellow and it looks kind of seedy. However, you're going to notice a difference if you start to formula feed your baby. The formula fed baby is going to have a more smooth texture. Although it might still be yellow in color at this point, the texture will be different and the odor will be different. So a breastfed baby usually has a sweet smelling odor. I don't know why we describe it as a sweet smell, but if you've never smelled a newborn baby's poo, you're gonna get it. It will make sense to you the first time if you are breastfeeding your baby. That poo has a very sweet smelling odor. Now, I'm not saying it's sweet like candy and you might want to taste it. No, I'm not saying that. But the odor has a sweet smell to it. With a formula fed baby, you're gonna notice that the smell is a little stronger and smells more like something you need to just get out of your house, throw it outside, just get rid of it. It has a stronger smell, and trust me, you'll know the difference. So a breastfed baby will have a yellow, seedy consistency in their poo, and it will be a little bit more watery, whereas a formula fed baby will have a stronger odor. It will be either yellow or brown, and it will be less watery and more sticky or tacky. So a lot of times a new mom wants to know if their baby will develop a pattern when it comes to bowel movements. And the answer is yes. However, in the first couple of days, it will be difficult to tell what kind of bowel movement pattern the baby will have. So right away, they are just eating and pooing and eating and pooing, and there's no real set schedule for that, and you can't really tell when it will happen. Something that you can look out for is that they're pooing the first day at least once. So something that the nurse told me is that the baby should poo the same amount of times as they are days old. For example, if your baby is a day old, they should have 1 poo. 2 days old, they should have 2 poos. 3 days old, 3 poos. But thankfully, this does not continue. I think you can stop counting after day 5, but that's a very good indicator for you to know if your baby is healthy and if their digestive system is developing properly. Another thing to know is that the baby's poo will change according to your diet. So mom, if you are breastfeeding your baby, the things that you eat is going to affect how your baby poos and the odor and color of your baby's poo. In fact, anything that you're doing, moms, it will affect the baby's poop. Your body is literally the source for your baby. So if you're eating regularly, your baby will get the best milk. But if you're depriving yourself of meals, you're forgetting to eat, you're not eating as often, then you might be gassy and you might give the baby gas. So with breastfeeding and formula feeding and poo, there are a lot of questions that a new mom might have. One being, can my baby be constipated? I kind of mentioned this before. If you are eating well and you have a healthy diet and you're staying hydrated, you're gonna lessen the chance of your baby developing constipation issues. The difference with breastfeeding and formula feeding here is that mom can really control what she eats and therefore can control what the baby eats. But with formula feeding, you don't have that much control other than to change the brand if it's not working well with your baby. So with a baby that is formula fed, you're gonna notice that the poo is a little bit more sticky and harder to pass. So we talked a little bit about the color of the poo. From the very beginning, the poo will be black to a dark green and move from a dark green to a lighter green and then to a yellow. And then when you start introducing solid foods, usually around the 4 to 6 month mark, you're gonna notice a change in the poo as well. It's gonna become more brown in color. It's gonna be a little bit more harder to pass. That's when you wanna consider giving your baby maybe some prune juice to kind of make it easier for them to pass. However, some things that you wanna look out for to know whether your baby is healthy is the color of the poo. Black poo after the first or second day might be a red flag. Dark brown poo is something that you should also look out for. Anything that is dark brown in the early stages of your baby's life is a red flag. If your baby's poo is any of those colors, I would consult a physician right away because that might be warning you about different health concerns and you definitely don't want to take any chances. So as you can see, the baby's poo is very important. It tells you a lot about their health, their digestion, and their development. So as moms, we definitely want to be checking in those diapers and getting really, really familiar with what our baby's poo looks like. Of course, whether you're formula feeding or breastfeeding, it all can be a very shitty experience, but it's supposed to be. So make sure that you're looking out for those signs, looking in those diapers, and studying your baby's poo because it's gonna help you to know what your baby needs, when they need it, and alert you to any emergencies in case they do happen. So until next time, here are some really cool Couch Mom Club videos for you to enjoy. And don't forget to join the club. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and don't forget to ring that bell so that you never miss an upload. Follow me on all your favorite social media accounts and don't forget to check out the merch. The links will be in the description right below that like button. And now it's time to get off the couch and into life. Breastfeeding can be pretty